Hugo, you've got a rhyme, and mousesports, they've got to wake up, right, as we head on into train. That one was the full 30 rounds back on Nuke just before. For this Mouse squad, it just feels like they may be getting their heads a bit. They kind of, I don't know, I always get the belief that the more you start to see a superstition as something that's real, the more you subscribe to it, the more real it becomes, right? At the end of the day, something is only as real as you make it. And this is a squad that we know has troubles closing out games. And it feels like that's been rearing its head constantly throughout this. mousesports, fast play down through Ivy. Now, Train has been a map that all Pro League long, this Mouse squad have looked stellar on. Let's see if that is set to continue. Rops and Chris J both finding kills apiece has left this in the 1v4 now for Sicko.
Yeah, retakes on there. Is a kit in play, but there's, well, no one to pick it up. Sicko's been killed immediately as that Ivy smoke push comes through. mousesports, I like that pistol call. I love what Carrigan did there as well. We saw him jump out Olaf. Sometimes people do this with Molotovs, but he buys a grenade and he throws it deep down the back of Green Train and tags one of those CTs really, really low to start off the round. And gives mousesports an into that site. Luckily enough, Rops getting away with a few kills off of that Glock, and pretty standard stuff. These pistol rounds for mousesports once again coming up in their favor. That's both, that's all three now in this series going the way of Mouse despite being down a map, and they are just going to speed things up.
Yeah, but that is into the waiting scout over on the back of Malta. He's opened this round up with a kill. He's looking to do even more on this scout now, and Chris J caught on the receiving end. Oh dear, mousesports, they don't want to have this one snatched away from them. Frozen dropped as well. Woxic, the last man left. He does have the Krieg and a 1v2 secured. Might try and head towards that B side of the map, but no, he's gone straight back in for this fight. Even spotted that scout now peeking into him. Woxic, his head is on a swivel, but he's got the sensitivity for the job. Now he's just got to find these kills, and In's getting the information that he's crossing close to this bomb train. Woxic, this is such a horrid spot to be in. He's very committed to this side of the map, and slowly but surely, this pistol that's in connector has been whittling him down. And now this wrap from Sicko should solidify it, and indeed it will. Even the upgrade onto the Krieg. Renegades, they're going to steal that round away. Yeah,
that's a scary one for mousesports. They really need everything they can get, especially those anti-ecos, those anti-force buys here in their map pick. I would have loved to see Woxic go up the pop dog and try and rotate to B. Even if he doesn't commit to that rotation, just him being in the pop and making that louder noise is going to force a rotate for Renegades, and he would have been able to split them up one per site. Instead, he allows time for that wrap to come through, and Sicko gets away with a Krieg. It's given immediately over to Dexter, and Renegades have rifles in their hands. mousesports on the other side of things, it's a bit of a force war. 2 guns, 3 pistols, and the B site is going to be a mainstay of these half-buy rounds, or these low-economy rounds, really, on the T side. Just a simple smoke and a flashbang can get you in with a bomb plant as Renegades go for a passive setup. They're going to smoke off the ramp, but mousesports may as well go through this one. Dexter, blind on the corner, still lays a lot of damage down, but it's Chris to find that opening kill. He finds 2 if you include his teammate. Frozen getting dropped at the first hurdle, but Renegades aren't going to be able to stop this bomb from getting planted. However, they will be able to come in on the retake.
Oh, Carrigan, a lot of utility has now brought him down low. He'll get finished off by that AUG over on Sicko. Chris J had to be the hero so many times for mousesports back on this Nuke side, and this round might be no exception. Rops moving in to try and join him. Woxic caught there by the MP9 up close. 2 of these players with kits over on the side of Renegades, but it's Dick Stacy actually getting on that bomb. In this situation, doesn't matter because all the kills come in for the Renegades side, and in the end, that kit doesn't really have to play into the round. They'll get that second one on the board, and they mitigate the danger that Chris J presented early on in that round very nicely.
Yeah, really nice try from Chris J. Has to trade out that, oh, well, I mean, that's just Frozen's fault. Has to trade out the Krieg over to Rops there as he gets tagged up, coming back up at the ramp. But Rops, really, really close shots, but they get sucked up by the wood, I think. And those bullets don't get the kill on the player on the site. That being said, not a worry for mousesports. Only a force buy round. They're now on eco. They're going to have guns in number 5. A man who's always got guns, always lifted in, is your observer. Rush there was on our screens for a second, disappeared into the mist. mousesports just looking for contact out B upper, a good position to waterfall with the pistols here, kind of like Palace on Mirage, but, well, that's, yeah. Grenade, not quite as good as the first shot, but Dexter looking for a little bit more, as Woxic does find a timing out. I don't know if Dexter's realized this one.
Oh, of course he does. And it's just one taps for Dexter. You know, a lot of people don't like the Krieg in comparison to the AK in terms of the satisfaction. I think that Krieg one taps can match up. I love them. I think they're very, very satisfying. Spraying, ghastly. Yeah. But when you see players like Dexter navigating a map as well as that with the Krieg, it is always kind of just leaves you in awe. Frozen. Ooh, Deagle will get the first man, but now that they know where he is, surely this is the end of the road. Hopefully not the road to Odense for Frozen. As he gets dropped there over in main, the Deagle only getting 1 kill. Renegade's going to go up 3-1. And, you know, I mean, even with that interview with Dexter at the halftime, you know, we saw Renegades talking about how they've approached this, and they've come into it. They prioritize getting a lot of sleep. They're taking this, you know, they're a very chilled out team over on the side of Renegades. Yeah. And I think that's the perfect counter to this Mouse squad, a team that we know can sometimes get in their own head. If you can match that with a nice, calm, cool, collected attitude, that's where you're going to come out stronger. Carrigan, though, carved a path out from main. Sandwich smoke is down, and that's going to net them 1 kill at the very least. Chris J's opened up the B-bomb site in the meantime. And this execute now coming in from mousesports.
I like that call from Mouse. Fast smokes on A, forces a rotation, so Renegades only have a max 1B player. All it takes is that kill from Chris just to open up that site. And with Renegades already being a man down thanks to Carrigan, they are going to have to call in for the save. 1 trade to their name and nothing else in the game. It's going to be mousesports up to 2 on this T side. Renegades, they do at least have this AWP and rifles around it. They can buy fully moving forward, but mousesports also building up their own economy. It goes both ways here. No one going to be hunting here for Mouse as they want to keep their weapons for the time being. Even on the T side, it can be expensive at times, especially if you want those Kriegs. And Woxic and Chris are definitely prone to buying them up. Second taken here on the T side now for mousesports. Looking to get on this board early. Don't want Renegades running away with that CT side start. It was mousesports to take a significant lead back on Nuke. Still, Renegades close out the game. So if Renegades were to get off to a powerful beginning on the CT side, then I don't know what that would spell for mousesports, but probably disaster.
And that's the thing. One thing about these Pro League finals, you know, there's obviously we've been here a couple of times, and one man who has not got to grace that arena with his presence yet is Carrigan, right? The resident Dane within this team. Back in Season 8, FaZe obviously didn't make the cut to Pro League finals, and he would love to have that opportunity, but in this round, he actually is the first man to fall, so maybe it's that classic case of, as you name a player, they're the one to go down or the one to step up.
But what a team to potentially, you know, knock mousesports out of the group and with a chance of making it to the playoffs. But the exact, you know, at least organization that mousesports beat in those quarterfinals last year in the arena. Obviously, a different mousesports and a different Renegades. But that would be quite the storyline here. mousesports not wanting to be knocked down here. They've still got to win 2 best of 3s.
Mouse are just a lot more Danish across the board this time around, right? They've got Carrigan, they've got Regin, the coach, obviously. Back last time they were here, it was LMBT in that coaching seat. So Sicko out from Connector in this round, looking to try and hold this one back in favor of Renegades, but he's lost the rest of his team, and with no kill presenting itself, Renegades are just going to have to make that kind of horrible decision, but a very understandable one, to just have to bow out of this round, concede another one to mousesports, let them tie it up 3-3. On the back of saving these guns, we could see another investment come through from Renegades. It wouldn't seem all too surprising, right? You're going to be limited, I think, in terms of what you can bring out. Oh, hang on a moment. We've just had a little stat line update. Carrigan. Been a long time since he's been back here in Denmark in the arena. What, 4 seasons ago now?
mousesports at least getting on the board, Harry. They might see it once again, but we're early days. 3-3 on the T side of Train right now. It is their map pick for those just tuning in. We've had Renegades take away Nuke, their choice in the series, and a potential Inferno as a third. If mousesports can take us there, that'll be up for question, though, moving forward. Inns has looked very good today, and he's started off this map strongly as well, which is definitely what we like to see. But we're going back in. mousesports still yet to have this AWP on the T side. They've got money for it, but with players surviving, they're just going to hold on to these guns for the time being. Renegades saved weaponry. Sicko is holding, and he takes down Woxic early on up in B. Fast play out through the yard. Sorry, it's actually out on the A side. There was aggression from Renegades in B that didn't get met by anything. Dexter with one, and Inns finding a D. Gets a 1-on-5, Harry. How is this tumbled down?
What has happened in this round?
I don't know.
What's happened? What's gone so wrong for mousesports? Frozen's just left scratching his head. Where have the rest of my team gone? We had a game plan, we had ideas, we had dreams, and now they've been snatched away from us. And of course, Dexter's there to drive the knife into the back of the last remaining man. Renegades not ready to concede the lead just yet, and an admirable effort, more than admirable in fact, as they go flawless in that kind of mishmash round where they partially invested around the weapons. They had a little bit bought into it, but it's this AWP of Sicko that does so much work early, allowing those pistols to get close, allowing them to close the gap. Dexter as well, finding success at the B site, and then even continuing his aggression to finish that round off. mousesports, a grim reminder that they might be, or they might have been, the favorites in this game, and they certainly might look like it on paper, but Renegades are not to be underestimated, especially considering they sit 1-0 up in this series. They're the ones in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and individually looking very warmed up, right? We saw, obviously, as Dexter said, you mentioned that they didn't necessarily prep for this game a huge amount, not knowing who they would face, but focus on just getting a good amount of sleep and individually being prepared. And they look more than ready in that sense. Everyone hitting their shots right now for Renegades, especially Sicko on that all back on the previous map. Now moving into Train, this is going to be a real chance for him to show his worth. Dick Stacey flashed into Ivy, he spots nothing, but there are actually two players from mousesports there. The AWP retreating, however, leaving Frozen in this position for later. Nice little grenade to take some health away. And Rop's just avoiding the wallbangs that are coming in from the A site. Got pop dog control for Renegades, and they've got two players on B. One of them, if anything, pushed up as well. Dex is in a very aggressive position behind this ramp smoke, and once it fades, he's going to realize that it's completely empty. There's no one here. mousesports is setting up for an outer execute right now with 30 seconds. That smoke thrown in by Frozen over towards Ivy, and the rest of the teams coming out through the rest of the T's coming out through T-Con.
Oh, Dick Stacey, not quite able to catch him. Well, he gets the timing, but not quite able to find the kill. Inns and Sicko, they pulled it back into a 2-on-3. And Sicko, he's been in this situation before. We've seen Renegades elect to save in these kind of man disadvantage rounds if the kills don't present themselves immediately, and in this one they do not, right? It's going to be mousesports still hot on the heels, still chomping at the bit to take this lead over Renegades, lead they haven't had since winning that pistol round. And they will at least tie it up, but once again, two weapons held forward. Money over on the side of Renegades is much better than it was the last time we saw this save come in. So there's surely going to be an investment coming in this next round. mousesports, they do, right, they are really a team that in between one map to the next can like completely change, right? They really can. And we even saw that back in the Pro League. Now, I'm hoping this is a mousesports classic where they're going to take us the distance and then we get into that third map and it's a very close affair. Getting into the lead early on and establishing a bit of dominance, building some courage and building some confidence over the Renegades squad feels like a bit of a must. In particular, for one man who looks to be struggling, and that's Woxic, a name that we very rarely have to say falls into that category. And it's quite a horrible time for him to have encountered these struggles, right? Bottom performer back on Nuke. Same story with just one kill to his name here on Train. And this is a map where AWPs dominate, with Sicko looking so good prior and already looking warmed up into this one. I think it's going to be so important that we see that all-star Turkish AWP stepping up and finding his footing here for mousesports.
Yeah, he was locked in a stalemate with Sicko down on B, but he's finally going to give that up and let Robs take control. The issue is AK is not going to be as good for this fight, so Robs, I imagine he'll come down the pop dog. That's a pretty common position for Robin himself, and Chris is going to find that pop player out in the open. Fast A play for mousesports, and all the kills coming their way. Dexter holding down the line, and they've got so much time. mousesports don't need to rush this fight, and Robs is going to find him in the site. Dexter getting caught. Sicko now in a 1-on-4. And he's got to rotate back in through CT. Too far away to put a stop to mousesports here. Just saving this gun for a rainy day. And the money from Renegades finally being drawn to a close now, Harry. mousesports with back-to-back rounds on this T side. And Woxic, he doesn't need to step up with the AWP, but will hold on to it for next time. Chris just keeping up his, scoreline back from the previous map, right? He popped off on Nuke, and he's doing the same on Train, just getting all these opening kills into that A and even B sites when we see mousesports go there.
And this is something that we speak about a lot, Hugo, something I want to touch upon again. I want to get your opinion on. You know, I always look at mousesports as a team that maybe do get in their heads a bit, because with Carrigan at the helm, with a few of the tweets that we've seen made by these guys, we know that they feel like that they have games in their hand and they slip through. And I feel like the more you start to believe in that as a trend, the more real it becomes. There's a few superstitions that have gone that way. A good example is resident analyst Chad Sponge Virtual, back when he was a pro player, back when he had that phenomenal game versus Titan on Mirage, by the way. Not Train. I'm pretty sure it was that game. He didn't drink coffee before for the first time ever, and so then he went 6 months or something along those lines with no coffee, under the belief that that was what made him play so well. He said he made no difference, and actually he went back to being garbage shortly after. So,
well, back down to our level.
Do you have any history like that, Hugo? Do you have any superstitions that you maybe... I mean, you're not a very superstitious guy. You are the most, white bread, chicken tikka masala. You know, you're very split down the middle, right? And
yeah, I mean, placebo is a real thing, right? Placebo is definitely something that takes effect, and that can be scary. But no, Harry, I don't believe that walking under ladders is going to get you executed at the next traffic stop. No, or whatever people think. I
haven't heard that one, man.
Something about black cats.
Don't go under the ladder. That man will execute you at the next traffic stop. But
Inz is looking to execute people with his AWP on the A site right now. mousesports have been locked into a stalemate. They haven't figured out where everyone is, though. Dick Stacy's still here, and he is going to find a phenomenal 1D on that left eye peak. Can he get away? No. Committing to the fight with a crouch. If only he gets around that corner, that's an AWP given over, and a chance for Renegades. It's swiftly been swept from underneath them. And Dexter getting a taste of his own medicine as well. One tapped by that Krieg from Frozen. It's going to be Inz alone. Likely going to see this AWP saved for Sicko in the follow-up round. He has money anyway, but yeah, what's better than a free AWP? That wasn't a rhetorical question, Harry, for God's sake. It was.
I was going to say, man, you've just thrown me right under the bus here.
What is better than a free AWP?
I don't know. A couple, not...
Don't say 2 free AWPs.
That would be a pretty convincing argument, wouldn't it? More is often more, apart from in situations where occasionally
it's less.
Less is more. No, more is never less.
Less can be more.
Yeah, that's an odd one, right? How does that add up? Maths geniuses have been puzzled with it for a while. One thing's for certain, though, less is not more for mousesports. They just want more and more. Scores on the doors there, 6-4. mousesports feeling confident, feeling ready, looking good.
I've got to throw in this rhyme round soon, don't I?
You do have to throw the rhyme round in. I just tried to remind you there by offering up my best. I used to write poems when I was a cringe kid. I'm not gonna lie. You know, that was something I used to love to do.
I'd love to have a look at some of those.
You really wouldn't. You really wouldn't.
Well, we're getting back into things either way, Harry. Mousesports on this T side, and Woxic looking for more openness down towards B. He's been pretty unsuccessful so far with this AWP. Pop Dog is not under the control of Renegades, but Mousesports do not know that. Malta has taken up position by the smoke. He might get flashed in. It's faded. Carrigan's seen him as well. He's stuck on the corner. Int is coming in to help, and he will get the trade onto Chris at least, but Carrigan's still low. There's a chance for Renegades to double down, and Sicko's going to flash him in as well. Int going forward. Woxic blind hits the shot. A banger for Mousesports, and one that Woxic needed at this point. Dexter's on this big flank coming up through the B stairs as well, but he's just missed Rops going down the ladder. He sees his legs, and the timing is perfect for Dexter. He is not rushing the kill either, and he has just made things very difficult for Mousesports.
Yeah, this was looking so good. They had themselves a man advantage in a very, very big way. And now, bear in mind that Dick Stacy is making a big boy play right now. He's gone all the way through Ivy on this flank, back into main. Mousesports have to be quick on the brain if they want to deal with this man before he goes insane. And Dick Stacy, well, Woxic on the receiving end. Carrigan once again. Can he find anything? No, it's Sicko to cement around there for the Renegade side.
Very nice, Harry. I like the wordplay.
Gave it a little go.
Yeah.
Gave it a little go.
Screw it. Why am I even here? Just do it for the both of us, I think. Yeah, 6-5 up right now. Renegades, nice aggression in this CT side. That's something that we haven't really seen too much in this first half, but finally realizing that they need to start to make plays instead of just going in for standard rotations. Mousesports have been reading it quite well. We've had the first B flank down pop. We had an Ivy wrap from Dick Stacy as well. And in these slow situations where Mousesports are a man down and just holding positions looking for picks, that is a perfect time to throw in a flank. Mousesports not expecting either of those two players, and they are going to be taking a quick timeout. But swiftly getting back into things, and all the money is here for Renegades as well to try and keep up on this CT side. Mousesports have at least put up 6 rounds, but if Renegades can double down and close out this half in their favor, that would be lovely. Couple of weak players on both sides here.
If we think back to the group stages of Pro League, right? You and I were there from beginning to end. The first group we got to see was the Group A, obviously. That's how it works. It's the alphabet. We all know it. We all love it. Mousesports were in that group, and they topped the charts, even besting the likes of FaZe, right? Yeah. They went flawless through that group stage. And it was there where, you know, maybe they weren't feeling the pressure as much, because here it's been a much more back and forth affair. But Chris J is looking to try and accelerate the success of Mousesports into this round. He's picked up the pace, at least individually. The rest of the team now falling into place around him, but Sicko doesn't even need a scope. Chris J gets deleted over on the bomb train, and now 3-on-3, Frozen creeping on up. There's a smoke down obscuring Dick Stacy, but he can't hide behind that veil forever. Sicko now alone, and Woxic's gonna get him from underneath the train. Going low and slow as Sicko hits the ground. Mousesports, a 7th round to their name.
Yeah, just taking down those toes at the end of things, and that's going to put Mousesports in pole position to potentially even 10-5 this half right now, right? We've just got no money left up for the Renegades. They've been going in for a lot of saves on this CT side with AWP, and it's not going to be allowed in this one. Couple of grenades is all Renegades can show in round number 13. Did take down Carrigan with that in the previous round. Rops will get put low by it, and Malta actually finds that USP dink. Surely not like this. Renegades with a bunch of USPs and a solo dig on Sicko, waiting for Mousesports to move into this site. But now with Mousesports being down a man, they are going to put the brakes on. Hold down the line. Woxic's been tagged as well. This is not a round that Mousesports can afford to lose. They were winning so many ecos on train, but now on nuke, but now they might lose them on train. It's another D. Carrigan with a big entry. He doubles down. Carrigan saving the day here for Mousesports, and it's Malta and Dexter, last 2 up for Renegades. They haven't been found. They haven't been spotted, but Frozen has enough health to withstand that dink. He was the only man who could here for the side of Mousesports, and he has saved the day, allowed that bomb plant to go down. And Dexter's flank is going to be so long that Mousesports will be aware of every possibility.
Yeah, I think he's hoping that if he goes into main, he might be able to discover one of these weapons. Maybe that AWP that Woxic dropped. Oh, well, not meant to be. And that's going to be 4 for Carrigan in that round there. It's a real weird one because we get all excited when Carrigan gets 4, but at the same time, that's a round that you should be winning cleanly anyway. At least, you know, you have someone on the mousesports side who can take that round back into their hands, right? Take it and get it back under control, because it definitely felt like that could have all fallen apart there for this mousesports side.
Yeah, you can use the caveat of going, oh, it was an anti-eco 4K, but at the end of the day, it was a 3-on-5 for mousesports, so someone needed to go huge and Carrigan stepping up to the mark.
Is that what my voice sounds like in your mind?
No, I usually just have it muted in the back of my
okay. Okay. Not that I ever say much anyway, so
that's fine.
It all evens out. It all evens out, and that's what Renegades are looking to do towards the end of this first half. Even it out. 8-5 in favor of mousesports. Still a potential of a 7-8 half for Renegades. That Molotov would have made a huge difference. Carrigan would have been forced into the prying eyes of Malta. That's what Renegades were hoping for. But it missing now means Carrigan can hold here, and there's a real stalemate between him and Malta down in this Olaf and Old Hell position. Yeah,
once they clear out Dick Stacey, or at least push him back, Malta's going to have to turn around, and that'll be the time for Carrigan to strike. They do know he could be here, though. Flash out puts Carrigan forward in this position. He's going to make noise, and Malta's ready for it. Now the Ivy play coming in a little bit late, but Frozen does get that trade. Dick Stacey mollied off, cannot have impact into this Ivy push, and he's going to go through that smoke, but Woxic's already seen it, and he will take that kill. Great shot for Woxic, coming alive when mousesports need him. Still 3 players on this A site right now for mousesports committing, but they don't have the bomb. Inz's dropped Frozen, and even though there's a trade, Sicko's on the site with this AWP. mousesports need to go back. They're running out of time, but they might just get all the kills instead. Dexter doesn't know the bomb is not in possession of mousesports, and they have left it too late. They need this kill. Forget the bomb plant, unless Rob starts running right now, and he will. It's still going to be close. Dexter is waiting for something to be given away, some noise to be made, but mousesports aren't budging. Woxic flicking, so he doesn't lose track, but he's seen the barrel, and Woxic will find him. 2 kills in that round from the Turkish AWP player, and he comes alive right when mousesports need him most, man. We've been talking about how Woxic has had a bit of a slow start on this map, and he was the bottom performer at the end of Nuke, but even, you know, 1 or 2 powerful performances in key rounds here for mousesports might be enough. They're up to 9 now on the T side, and 1 left of the half.
And even though they win that round, even though they're in the lead, it's mousesports to call this tactical timeout on in. Very proactive in trying to use them. And I'm almost 99% sure Renegades don't have a coach either, right? So yeah. It's like that's why it's not really surprising that we've seen these be mousesports calling them in the majority of the time.
But that's really smart as well, right? Just to make sure you've got your 10th round locked in, and you know you don't give any kind of trickle back for Renegades. And you know they don't have the same ability, right? Even if Renegades call pauses, it sometimes can be. Well, I mean, you want that extra perspective. You want someone who hasn't been playing the game.
Man, here's the thing as well. If you think back to Nuke, it was 9-6 there in favor of mousesports. Had they been able to 10-5 the half, could have been a very different game, because Renegades won that game out by a single round. So they've been betrayed by this sort of situation, falling through their hands before, and they're not looking to repeat those mistakes again here on their map pick. They have the man advantage. They get that bomb down, and now double scout 5-7 in the retake is anything but ideal for Renegades.
Yeah, Stacey didn't even get that AWP that he found after killing Woxic, maybe assuming there were more players in Ivy and not wanting to waste time, but time is something Renegades don't have in their favor. No kit, and that bomb is ticked. Carrigan, Chris, and Robs, everyone finding kills as those pistols and those scouts unable to get the retake going for Renegades. Mousesports, double digits at the end of the first half. A lot of rounds put up on their T side. It was their map pick. It was what we expected, but can they close it out, or will Renegades pull another comeback? We'll have to wait and see. Join us after the break.
Ice 9, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hear none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. And you know the flow, got him coming back. Who I was in the past, I'm unattached. Only focus in this moment is bringing the summer back. Oh, respect my grind, elevate souls and I spread good vibes. Young divine, you know I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time. Aight.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
Bringing summer
1,
to
drive.
you.
Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round. Yo, hold up. Let me switch my flow up. Back in high school, they were telling me I'll blow up. Doing talent shows and man, everyone will show up. Got in an accident and still made it for them to go nuts. You know what? I'm so So what? I'm so That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide. And with the rhymes that make the dimes, I'll close their eyes and fantasize. Young divine calling their phone number. Yeah. No, you know I love it. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats. On stages for that one's gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young black successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon.
Yeah.
You said that you want it, so I got it for
Got
you. Let's all get together.
Well, they might have missed the boat on Nuke, but here on Train, mousesports are looking right on time. 10-5 up at the end of that first half, and things may be coming together now for this Mouse squad. They move into the CT half, what is supposed to be the easier of the two on their map pick with this lead, and they're looking to take us the distance. They're looking to take us to Inferno.
We'll have to wait and see if they can do it, Harry. We've got Renegades on that pistol round. Dexter's playing the Molotov with a P250, probably for the post plant here on B or towards connector. But mousesports are going to meet them with aggression. We've got a player pushing B upper here. Rops looking to find early fights. Ooh, missed shots though, and he luckily doesn't go down. Gets a chance to escape. Carrigan with a grenade can do a hell of a lot of damage here. And they're grouped up. Oh my god, that nade is unbelievable. And Renegades are going to try and trade out from this ramp position, but USPs are always going to be the favorite. And Chris getting 2 kills, Rops on his B upper play with another, and it is just Dick Stacy. Blink and you miss it. This pistol has gone flying out the window.
Yeah, that bomb is under Mouse control as well. So for Dick Stacy, it's just a formality. It's just when and where does he go down. And the when is right now, and the where is up in that little heaven peak from the B bomb site. So pistol round locked in for mousesports, and that right there is them still maintaining this flawless streak in pistol rounds. They've been so good in them. It's quite often these anti-ecos, these second rounds after securing the pistol that we've seen Renegades find success.
Yeah,
but not in this round, Hugo.
No, it's going to have to be Glocks, Harry. And that's a rough pill to swallow. Bitter pill to swallow. Although, you know, why are you tasting the pills you're swallowing? You know, they're not made for taste, Harry. They're made for effect. Regardless.
Yeah, that's true, man. Wow,
Yeah.
like you've really broken that one down.
If you're chewing your pills, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah,
that's what I always say.
you know, whenever like right now when I have a bad throat, I have to chew a paracetamol. It's horrible. It's disgusting.
Just drink some water, man. Jesus.
I know.
Well, mousesports are going to have to deal with just this little B play here. It shouldn't be too rough for them.
They did a minute ago, right?
Yeah.
Pretty well, and that was pistol on pistol. This is rifle on pistol. And they deal with it. They deal with it just as cleanly as you would hope. All 5 kills found in a matter of seconds, and the round goes the way of Mouse. But now, Hugo, the most important moment that we've been waiting for, Renegades, we get this little eye test to their T side. The problem they've got is they don't have much of a T side left if they don't pick this round up.
Yeah, mousesports likely going to go 14-5 up off the back of subsequent anti-eco, and Renegades, they don't want pistols anymore. They want these guns, and they've got to show us that they deserve them here on the T side. Kriegs are out, AK on Sicko and Malta. Still no AWP, but luckily enough, Woxic won't be joining them with one of his own. Still SMGs for mousesports as they run bonus. No flash down. Woxic just going to go through on his own. He gets away with a kill. Dick Stacy dead in the water, and he spots a second man as well. Dexter has been dinked, and Carrigan's going to clean up that frag one by one. mousesports lighting up this scoreboard and lighting up the server with kills. 12-5, maybe 13, but Malta mid-air finding Frozen. Certainly not what you can account for mousesports, but it's not the end of the world. They've still got everything else in their favor. If Sicko commits, there's no one to go back and get this bomb. That's the only danger. And while Renegades are a way away from a bomb plant, you don't want to throw yourself out the window just yet. You can group up and just hit that B site, try and get a 2-on-4 post plant if possible, but Rops is holding on to that right now.
For this T side to even ever begin for Renegades, this round is so important that they at least get away with a bit of damage and maybe even a bomb plant, and that is now such a distance from reality. Sicko left up alone, gonna try and get down through Pop Dog, and he's been given this foothold on the map at the very least. In the meantime, though, Woxic has gone all the way through Ivy and is now residing back in that main position. Sicko has got no idea, and that's his demise. mousesports 13-5. One of the things I think these guys needed was for this game not to be close.
Yeah.
They needed a dominant victory in this second map just to spur them on, just to put a bit more faith in that Inferno game. And they might just get it because the money's broken once again for Renegades.
And I mean, that was the case when we saw these guys play last, right? We saw, obviously, Renegades as Greyhound back at Malmo take on mousesports, and it was a 2-1 for mousesports. They dominate 16-5, 16-2 on both the maps they win. The map they lose, however, in that series is Inferno, 16-11 to what is now known as the Renegades. So that's always scary, that's always dangerous, and that may be that third map after all, if mousesports can keep this one up. 3 away from third, and only pistols here for Renegades. Chris is even on that over Woxic, who I imagine just wanted to take the Krieg right now, considering he is having a bit of a rough time. That's absolutely fine. Carrigan with 2 as they appear through the smoke, and he's just going to shoot through it as well. Take a third for good measure. It's only Dexter left up, and he has got no clue where the rest of his team is gone.
Yeah, so a fast, flawless round there from the mousesports squad. Reinvestment back in. Looking like we are going to get to see that AWP over in the hands of Sicko at the very, very least, and he's been a treat to watch. An interesting point. Woxic, actually not the man donning the AWP here over on the mousesports side of things.
Yeah, it's just the case of the Krieg, right? It's just so good. Who cares? Give it to Chris. You've got so much AWPing potential for mousesports. So many players who can don that weapon, but we'll get back to that later. Dexter out in the site, and he will say goodnight. It's the defense for mousesports to potentially send them to 15. Inns tries to get an opening kill, and he does manage to find that Ivy player. Chris, blind in the process, has to fall off, and that bomb moving through the hallway here for Renegades. Molly in the face. Big disgrace. Sicko waiting on T-Con. There's no one here fighting Ivy for mousesports. They've fallen back into the back tracks. We've got to play a close E-box, and Frozen's won his duel as well. Malta, now the last man alive as these AWPs coming alive for mousesports, and he's made noise as well. He's got players coming in from all angles. Flash is good, shot is better. Rops is going to get that kill, and mousesports making quick work of Renegades.
Yeah, Matt Point looking to take us the distance, looking to take us all 3, and not disappointing here on the train yards. Renegades cobbling together what they can heading into this, what could be final round in this game.
Yeah, but everything's spelling it that way, Harry.
It really is, right? And that's the only reason I kind of hang around on that word for so long. You hate to call it, but you look at the investment in this round from Renegades, and while I love each and every one of these guys equally, this is just not a picture-perfect buy. They've got to go fast, and Dick Stacy there with the opener. That's at least the first kill going their way. Carrigan does keep things even, and Rops is the man to snatch the man advantage away. Now just Inns and Dexter. They will deal with that AWP back in the bomb site, and and they've brought it down to a 2v2, but look at sneaky little Woxic all the way through Ivy and trying to snatch this game away. He's playing the trigger discipline. He's looking for these players. He's trying to find them both, and they turn around, they check it. Inns, eyes in the back of his head, his spidey senses are tingling. And he'll remove Woxic there. A 6th round for Renegades, a round that never should have been.
The worst part is Woxic has the drop on Dexter, but Dexter kills Rops as that smoke fades. Woxic's like, okay, he's in sandwich, and then boom, Dexter just wins that battle. Woxic can't get that flank kill in. He really is having a troubling time, and I hope that can turn around moving to Inferno, assuming we get there, which I am assuming. But Renegades on the T side now have an AWP. They have everything to play with and everything to play for. Great grenades though. Dig Stacy down low. Molotovs in the face. This place is getting hot and heavy. Carrigan taking matters into his own hand, and the trade is in from Inns. Down to a 4-on-4 here. mousesports going to be pushed back with these flashbangs, but Dexter's waiting for the Ivy flank, and Woxic will put it in position. He has been killed, and now Renegades, they can afford to slow it down. They don't have to burst this A site. They've got to kill on the Ivy player. They've got to route round the backtracks if they want, and they could even go for a B play late on. Ooh.
And it's a bit of a shame that realization and that dealing with Woxic on this flank comes in so late into this game for Renegades, because you bet now Woxic has been scared away from this and likely won't be trying it again. He might not even have to. I'm assuming a lot, because this is still a 2-on-3. Renegades might have the advantage, but this kill goes the way of Rops, and now they know one of these two players is in B. They've spotted and heard this AWP. Dexter taps down Chris J. And it's Rops, the young gun from Estonia, 1v2, rotating around from B. Renegades, they've had time to set up over inside of this A bomb site. A player up in heaven, bomb planted as well. Out in the open, it's for Main and Pop Dog. Oh, Rops has seen their head, but Sicko's one step ahead himself. Shuts down the man back in Ivy, and a 7th round now on the board for Renegades. They still need 8 in a row if they want to take this one to overtime.
We're seeing smiles though for the Renegades, not losing their composure here in this series, maybe expecting that mousesports were going to be coming into their map pick with a little bit more ferocity here on this second half. And Renegades, they know that basically the rest of this game is going to be them winning until we go to Inferno, right? They lose a round and it's done. That's always the positive. So Renegades, how many more wins have they got in the tank? Quick molly down pop. Malta does take control before mousesports get into position. Solo B player here in the form of Robs. Renegades walking down the stairs towards this site, and that's going to call for an early rotation. Noise was heard towards B, and no one has shown anything down Ivy or in T-Con, so mousesports are making an assumption, and they've made the correct one. Robs is very committed here in the site as well. Actually watching up with Chris covering his back. If Chris misses the timing, then Robs could go down without Chris getting a frag. So very important he gets at least one from this position, but that spam has given away his spot. Renegades coming down the ramp.
Oh, Robs, he gets caught having to keep an eye on just too many angles at once. And now the rotations come in for Mouse. Are they even going to give this one a go, though? And now, definitely not. Surely, with Malta going aggressive, getting this foothold over in CT, this becomes an undoable round for mousesports. And an 8th round for Renegades. Now, it's still a ways to go before we can say this comeback is even close to a reality. Because at the end of the day, you only need one big play from any of these players on mousesports. But it's certainly not impossible, and not with a few key players now finding their footing here on the Renegade side and them kind of piecing together these tendencies of mousesports more and more. Yeah, this Renegade squad, they've certainly seen and had their fair share of hardships throughout their careers. And they've always been able to weather the storm. They've always stood tall. It's what they've been good at. It's just there's still such a long way to go.
Yeah, mousesports have to take a bit of an eco now around this buy, or around these save guns rather. We've got Robs on a scout and a couple of P250s. Not a lot of money at all, but they have more for a rainy day. Renegades on the other side of things going to be looking to just hold positions right now. It's mousesports actually forcing fights. Carrigan gets one off of the back of that A site. Got to push up the stairs. Malta is coming down to meet with these two in Pound Town, and Woxic's taking him down. It's the eco working wonders for mousesports. Dexter trying to respond, but he doesn't know that Chris is also here. A gun getting picked up that might give away the info. I think Dexter knows now off the back of that removing itself off the stairwell, and Chris smartly just backing off, rather playing for the site. Doesn't want to give an opportunity for Renegades to take B, and that's exactly where they're grouping up for right now. Flash around the corner gives away the fact that there's two Renegades players here. Chris, he's given up the site. He's calling for ops to rotate round and cover ramp with his scout. He'll look to do so. Renegades crossing towards a site already, and Chris is going to be in such a good position to stop this bomb plant. Do they even consider it? No.
Oh dear, this could be it. This could be it for Renegades. Their comeback may be short-lived. In's last alive. And he gets put down. It's that weak little investment from the mousesports side that sees them closing out this second map and taking us the distance. We're going to Inferno. We wanted a